On this first day of May, we've literally got the biggest sales ever on the Canon EOS R5, saving up to as much as $850 off. And the Canon EOS R3 also saving up to as much as $850 off. These are the biggest sale prices ever on the Canon EOS R5 or even the Canon EOS R3. But putting those sales aside for a minute, just think about it. What could this be saying? Does this mean that an announcement of the Canon EOS R5 Mark II is imminent? Or what about the Canon EOS R1? Details coming up, but first, please do me a favor and follow me on Twitter, but most importantly, please subscribe to this channel. It doesn't cost you anything, it means an awful lot to me, but it really does help this channel grow. Let's jump right to the sales. Adorama has a spectacular spring savings on Canon products, saving up to as much as $500 on the Canon EOS R5 and the Canon EOS R3. Take a look right here, the Canon EOS R5 mirrorless camera for $33.99, but you also get the option of a free Flashpoint Zoom XR2 TTL flash. Don't need the flash? Well, how about this kit here? The Canon EOS R5 with the BGR10 battery grip. That's worth $350. That and the savings gives you up to $850 off. We also have savings on the Canon RF 70-200mm f2.8. But look at this, the Canon EOS R3 mirrorless camera, $54.99, $500 off. And it also includes some giveaways. So you got the flash kit here as well for $54.99, $500 off. That's a pretty impressive deal. $54.99 for the Flashpoint and the R3 together. That's incredible. That's the best I've ever seen this camera on sale. But we also see some sales on other cameras, not to the same level that we see on the R5 and the R3. The original DSLR Canon EOS 5D Mark IV, it's also on sale, a couple of $100 off. It's pretty impressive that this camera is still able to demand $24.99. The Canon RF 100-500mm is also on sale, $200 off at its initial release price of $26.99. Find all this stuff a bit too expensive? Well, what about the Canon EOS Rebel T7 DSLR for $549? And that's kitted out everything, including ND filters, a bag to carry it in, a lens, the 18-55mm storage cards, software, everything for $549. You must be awake by now. I know I certainly am. I woke up a little groggy this morning, and then when I saw these prices, I woke up pretty quickly. The Canon EOS R5 has been on sale since Black Friday of last year, between $200 to $400 off, but we've never seen it $500 off, and we've never seen it with $500 off plus a free battery grip worth $350. And we haven't seen the Canon EOS R3 on sale either, not for $500 off. At $54.99, I think that's the price it should have been released at, or more accurately, $49.99. This has got me thinking, and I think it's got you thinking as well. With these price increases, with all these price decreases on the Canon EOS R5, and now the R3 saving between $500 and $850, something's got to be coming. Something's got to be imminent. One of two things are going on here. Canon's setting a new price level for these cameras that are already selling very, very well, or they're getting ready for a refresh. Well, again, we have to go back to Black Friday of last year, and Canon rumors had a rather pretty impressive rumor on the R5 Mark II. Dual image processors. It was going to be a stacked sensor. It was going to be capable of what? How many megapixels? 60 megapixels? Do 8K 60 frames per second. 8K oversample video all the way up to 120 frames per second, dual CF Express Type B cards. It seemed utterly, well, it seemed too good to be true. But then we didn't hear anything about this camera. We heard nothing. And one of the last specifications in those leak specifications back on Black Friday of last year from Canon rumors, it said a Q2 announcement. A Q2 announcement, spring of 2023. Well, we're in the spring of 2023. We're in the second quarter, right in the middle of it, and we're getting ready for a Nikon Z8 announcement. Could Canon be getting ready to one-up Nikon as they get ready to announce their Nikon Z8 on May the 10th? Could we see an announcement of the Canon EOS R5 Mark II in the weeks shortly thereafter? Whew, this is looking very interesting. See, that rumor of the Canon EOS R5 Mark II, I saw too many red flags in it, and even Canon rumors thereafter themselves said, look, we haven't heard anything further on this. It doesn't mean it isn't accurate. It is coming from a known source. This is what Canon Rumors has said. And when it comes to rumors, it's kind of like broken telephone. We don't always have direct information from the source to the supply chain. But the Canon EOS R5 Mark II, with price discounts like this, I wouldn't be surprised if we do actually get an announcement of the Canon EOS R5 Mark II. Canon EOS R5 Mark II, an announcement coming shortly. I'm excited. What do you think? Do you think we're getting ready for an announcement of the Canon EOS R5 Mark II? Or do you think Canon's just setting a new price floor for the camera? And they're just saying, hey, happy spring, it's May. Thought you might enjoy some deals on some of our products. Some people think they're too expensive. We don't think so, not at $500 to $850 off. And that takes us to the Canon EOS R1. Canon Rumors says that this camera will be out in time for the Paris Olympics in 2024. So what that means is that the Canon EOS R1 will be on sale at least 3 months before the Paris Olympics. The Olympics are usually in early August, so that means the camera should be in sale sometime in June, which would mean an announcement is most likely sometime around January. But could Canon be getting ready for an earlier announcement? Well, I don't think they're going to announce the R5 Mark II and the R1 at the same time. If we do get an R5 Mark II announcement now, it probably won't go on sale for a couple of months thereafter. And that would leave the Canon EOS R1 for a fall announcement. And maybe what Canon will do, as they did with the Canon EOS 1DX Mark III, is they'll probably give us some sort of development announcement in October. It's getting exciting, it's getting interesting. Before the $500 off on the Canon EOS R3, I don't remember seeing any sales on that camera. None whatsoever. But now, $500 off, plus you get some free kits like a flashpoint. That's a pretty impressive deal. And if you're interested in purchasing any of the stuff that I talked about here, you can use my links down below for Adorama or B&H and take advantage of some of those big savings. Now, if you are interested in the Canon EOS R5 Mark II, my thoughts on this one is that it's probably going to be priced right around the same price as what the R5 was released at, which is $38.99. But if it does get a stacked sensor, well, I expect it to go up to at least $39.99, and you're shaking your head saying, Simon, come on, if it has a stacked sensor, it's probably going to go to $41 or even $42.99. Well, perhaps, but at this point, it's pure speculation and conjecture because that rumor that we got on Black Friday, we haven't received any update or validation. So at this point, it's a definite maybe. I'm excited. I'm excited just by these sales, so we'll just have to wait and see. But if you want to stay up to date on all the latest news and rumors, such as pricing on products like the Canon EOS 5 and the R3 when we have major price decreases like this, or if you want to stay up to date on the latest news and rumors, such as when the R5 Mark II is going to be announced, the latest specifications for this camera, or the Canon EOS R1, or the Nikon Z8. I'm expecting US retail pricing on the Nikon Z8 soon. And there's also a rumor that we're supposed to be getting a new vlogging camera, a handheld vlogging camera from Canon, announced on May the 11th. All that on the Camera Insider. I'm not covering that one off myself because I'm not 100% sure that that's actually real, and Canon Rumors hasn't covered that off either. So if you want to stay up to date on all the latest news and rumors, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to choose all notifications. And for all the minor news and rumors, all the minor discounts, well then go ahead and follow me on Twitter at this address here, because that's where I tweet out up to as many as 3 or 4 tweets a day. All those videos or all those news stories that aren't quite big enough to have their own separate video, those are what get tweeted out right here. But that's it for now. Have yourself a great day. It's sunny here. I think it's going to warm up a little bit. Have yourself a great spring, and we'll see you again soon.